Around the time of frost's descent, wild tea seeds mature and fall to the ground. With the arrival of next year's rains, the seeds will sprout and take root. On Jinzhu Mountain, a vital water source of the Lijiang, streams wind through the valleys, eventually converging into the river. Hidden within this lush greenery lies a natural village. During grain rain season, wild tea trees sprout fresh green shoots. Liu Youtsai and Nong Yuezhen begin their 40-day tea picking season.
There are no rice paddies here. We rely on the mountains. Our family has over 80 mu of tea gardens, and we harvest about 40 jin of fresh tea a day.
This wild tea shrub, the Guibei large leaf variety, has been harvested annually for generations. Processing wild tea is simple, using a semi-fermentation technique. The leaves are roasted, baked, and air-dried, all completed within a single day.
5 jin of fresh tender tea leaves dried down to 1 jin, which sells for 35 yuan per jin. Fresh tea leaves are about 12 or 13 yuan per jin. The price is decent.
Wild tea trees require no fertilizer or pesticides. Villagers weed them once a year and then simply wait for the harvest. After tea picking, Leo shifts his focus to beekeeping.
This is beeswax. Spread it inside the hive. Then heat it with fire to release its scent.
The environment here is suited for beekeeping. In Taoyuan village, every household keeps bees near their home. But the villagers know from experience how many bees the forest can sustain. Overcrowding would mean insufficient pollen, so each family keeps only a few hives, a tradition passed down through generations. Beehives need dry, sunny spots sheltered by cliffs. Ideal location for placement.
This location gets good sunlight. When the bees see the hive and smell the beeswax, they come right over. It's huge, this big.
A hive placed here 4 months ago has already become a thriving colony. With regular cleaning, the villagers harvest sweet rewards, a pact between humans and wild bees that has lasted for centuries. Deep in the mountains, summer brings cool relief, a quiet farming season for locals. Leo's family has a small vegetable plot, enough to meet their daily needs.
We've never gone out to work. We just live a simple life at home.
Leo and Nong have 2 children. Their eldest daughter works in the city, and their son studies in Guilin City. During summer, the couple often prepares homemade treats to send to their children. Behind the village, wild mozo bamboo thrives. Every autumn, Leo and his brothers focus on cutting bamboo. Mozo bamboo, known for its strength, has many practical uses.
This area is part of the Lijiang's protected watershed forest. We can't cut trees anymore, but bamboo is still allowed and can be sold.
nature's gifts provide Taoyuan villages' people with life's essentials. Sustained by the mountains and forests, they live simply and contentedly, grateful for what they have. The upper Lijiang Valley is known for abundant grapes. 8 years ago, Tang Chengwang returned from big city to his home by the Lijiang to experiment with a new farming approach.
Soil is the foundation of agriculture. After years of chemical farming and excessive fertilizer use, improving the soil has become the most crucial challenge.
Inspired by the principles of natural farming, Tang decided to start from scratch, using ecological methods to revitalize his vineyard's soil. A few years ago, he planted clover among the vines as part near the village, many locals grow edible mushrooms. Discarded mushroom substrates are a burden for these growers.
We wanted to find a way to address the issues of soil degradation and compaction caused by prolonged chemical fertilizer use.
The discarded mushroom substrates are crushed and mixed with animal manure, then fermented. Through repeated trials, Tang developed an organic fertilizer formula that supports grape growth while improving soil health. By late summer, the Lijiang's grape harvest season begins.
In the beginning, people laughed at us. Why is there so much grass in this field? Is no one taking care of it? But in this seemingly messy state, beneficial as well as harmful insects find a balance, and various organisms coexist. I believe this reflects nature's original state. By adapting to nature, we've grown grapes that taste amazing. We've planted 40 mu of Kyoho grapes and 10 mu of Shine Muscat grapes. I even brought my wife back to help with the vineyard.
I'd never heard of Guilin's stunning landscapes. When I came here for the first time, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Every day, the scenery changes. Literally every day. From that moment, I knew I didn't want to leave.
"20 years ago, Ian from South Africa found his calling in Guilin City, transforming old, run-down houses into stylish guest houses.
I studied architecture in university back in South Africa. Now I'm working on this old house. I've made a model to show how the renovation will make it even more beautiful.
In June, Lijiang enters the rainy season. And Ian needs to speed up repairs on the aging house.
I stayed at Yangshuo County because the people here are so kind and welcoming.
Madman, we're here to help you.
Great.
We'll help you with the tiles.
Come on up. When I used my own money to rent these old houses, renovate them by hand, and return them to the landlord after 20 years, people thought I was crazy. So they started calling me Madman.
Madman, have you named your guest house yet?
Yes, it's called my old home. When I used to travel abroad, I'd tell my parents, I'll be back soon. They'd say, back where? Isn't this your home?
Our guest house had a design plan that I drafted earlier. Madman helped refine it, and even assisted with the later stages of renovation. He wouldn't take any payment. He said a few beers will do.
Because we're buddies. I don't take money from buddies. All I want is to share a meal and some beer with them. If there's anything I don't know, my buddies teach me. The buddies in Jushin Village, Yangshuo County, are so good to me. I've learned from them how to be a better person. We all help each other out.
The Yulong River, the Lijiang's most beautiful tributary, flows by Jiuxian Village, where Ian has helped transform old houses. Over time, he has gone from being an odd outsider to one of the villagers.
It's almost Spring Festival, and Ian, or Madman, is busy renovating his new guest house. His courtyard was a complete mess, dirty and chaotic. I couldn't stand it, so I came over to help him clean up. Ian values friendship and loyalty. I drive a ride-hailing car,
decade. A collection of traditional houses in diverse styles fills the village. Where ancient crafts are finding new life. Originally just a tourist attraction, Dongli Ancient Village has gained its own vitality as more and more new residents arrive.
If we're making a flower pot, for example, we first shape the opening like this. All our pottery is hand-molded, look, just like this. Once it's dry, it can be fired in the kiln.
On the slope, the dragon kiln is ready with clay forms prepared for firing. Zhao Qinghua and Cao Mingwei begins loading the kiln.
In the Lijiang region, most traditional household items were fired in dragon kilns. Each chamber has a different temperature, so we sort the clay forms accordingly. Firing pottery is the process of transforming clay back into stone. The magic of the dragon kiln lies in the unpredictable transformations during firing.
For 3 days and nights after lighting the kiln, the mentor and apprentice must stay by its side.
From shaping the clay to firing the final piece, it's hard work all the way. Without passion, it's nearly impossible to stick with it.
Mao Xingming, a folk culture researcher, offers ideas for the village's development.
I've explored the entire Lijiang region. There are countless ancient villages, each brimming with rich culture. This family tree is very old. Excuse me, could you tell me where your family's ancestral home is?
Yidu County, Qingzhou City, Shandong Province. We fled to Jiangxi Province and eventually settled in Guilin City.
When did your family move here?
During the Song Dynasty.
That's nearly 1,000 years ago.
Mao, let me treat you to some chicken soup. Good things come in pairs.
Thank you.
Here's to a job well done. Cheers.
Thanks. I feel a sense of duty to preserve our traditional culture and document the rich heritage of ancient villages. Ultimately, I want to bring these cultural treasures to life here in Dongli Ancient Village.
In this paradise, what is traditional life like? Not the modern way, but a lifestyle in harmony with nature. My work on the Villages project aims to preserve and sustain that way of life. We must protect the soul of tradition and preserve its essence. At the same time, we need to innovate, adapting to modern lifestyles and aesthetics to keep pace with today's world.
Three years ago, fashion designer Liang Yunzhe arrived in the village.
I've opened a dyeing workshop here, focusing on tie-dye, batik, stencil dye, and painted dye techniques. I pass on these core skills of mine to my apprentices and to those passionate about plant-based dyes. Coming to Dongli Ancient Village brought back memories of my childhood.